Manchmal spielt das Leben mit dir gern Katz und Maus. Immer ist das Leben einer, der trickst dich aus. Vielen Dank für die Blumen. Vielen Dank, wie lieb von dir.
Hey folks in the internet, or some of you students, it's me, Mike Lunar, also known as Mike Owen, from your Nostalgia channel, Nostalgia, is coming to you live today with another video! Oh my god, it's so freaking cloudy outside. I know, it's just this scenery in the background is not as that cool. I think it's perfect like that because that's what we're doing for today's video. But today is a little bit more different. Well, for me, to you guys, I've been enjoying that night book that we've been reading. I enjoyed that very much. I even watched some of the Holocaust survivors, the documentaries, the commentaries, and all that other such. And only just one book. And you might be wondering, why are you talking yourself on this weird whiteboard thing? I mean, like, how did they end up getting here? Well, let me tell you something. This is somebody's fault. That's right. Today we're doing a little something called Night Project Auschwitz Death Camp. And you're going to be saying to yourself, why are you doing this project? Well, the reason for that is because I gathered a lot of information about the Holocaust and all that other such. And plus, to make this PowerPoint really more awesome, it has to be 5 things. Awesome, cool, religious, funny, and cute. Actually, there won't be killing this. There will be more violence. I don't kill people. Except for my grandpa. Because that's the main thing, because he joined the Cold War. Just let you know, Stephen Smith. Even in well, today's video is more focused on the Holocaust and the Night Project, the Auschwitz and Birkenau camp. It's kind of forget. But also it's because I've been taking a lot of effort. So, Stephen Smith, thanks a lot. So, folks, which one you want me to do? Would you have this identical Michael here just to do the PowerPoint by himself, because he's going to show you the cool slides, or would you rather have me? I also did my PowerPoint and show it to you guys in commentary mode. I'm going to take the answers in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. I'm going to do it right here. And Mr. Smith, I'm going to include some funny things. So, anything to say before I get started? Give me words. I don't care if it's going to be funny or, you know, forget it. Alright, stop. I take that as an answer. Well, folks, I can't wait any longer, and it's just the beginning. Alright, guys, I'm here in this commentary mode. I have my laptop ready. I have my speakers on. I'm ready to go. And, of course, all this commentary thing has to take place in a silent room. So, I am in my dad's office because I feel like it's a good place to be in because, no pun intended. But wait, in order to make this project really cool, we had to do 3 things. We had to change the background, be more religious, and even change my clothing. And also have some funny parts. I mean, why in this world we can't have any funny things? And plus, black and white, it needs to be really cool. And plus, for example, Kevin McRae, what's your full name? It doesn't matter if you're black or white. You know what's one thing that doesn't make you black or white? Unless you were, wait for it, the Mongols. So let me go change the shirt real quick and change the background. But for the power of editing, there we go. In this fancy black and white outfit. Actually, it's not. Actually, it's not actually a pajama. It's actually I need to borrow my other shirts because I don't have anything that has black or white. I do have one, but that one's being donated, so I had to use this one. But in this case, we should get started. So, what is Auschwitz and Birkenau? Well, it's one of the most dangerous and the biggest camps of the entire concentration camp and the extermination camp. That includes Auschwitz I and a not so dangerous Monowitz, which is not that important, but who cares? So, how did this thing came up? It started back in 1939 when Adolf Hitler just made the Nazi Party, one commander of the SS, not really the SS, but one of the Nazi commanders, asked that guy to try to find a place where they can work, like try to store some supplies and everything and all that such. Like, let me give you a demonstration. You, Commander, you think this area is perfect for us? Oh, okay, because I think we have a good amount of supplies where we can put the barracks, trenches, and like chambers where we can put all the supplies and all that such. So we should do that. And that's exactly what they did. They built Auschwitz 1 as like just like some supply building and such. But then the other day, in the same year of 1940, they built Auschwitz 2 in Birkenau, because that's when the war is about to get started. And another demonstration. Hey fellas, let's go build Auschwitz 2 in Birkenau, because of course Adolf Hitler wants us to kill all the Jews. Not to be all racist, but you people, but this is what Nazis do every day. They want to kill Jews. But of course, violence is never the answer. Never. And shouldn't be the answer for anything. So this thing is open on December 8th, 1941, which is, Christmas is coming up for that year. But when this thing opens, Nazis starting to take Jews away from their homes, and they command them to take like anything that they can carry. Like, it's just because they believe it's some special kind of camp. Like, everything's gonna be good and everything, but it's not. It's like a death camp. Like, everyone could die in there. But right now, today, it's now a tour thing, because Auschwitz 2, Birkenau, and Auschwitz 1 and Monowitz is abandoned. I mean, Adolf Hitler was killed. Some Nazis were killed. So there's no way to bring it back. This is also one of the main things. When some Jews were taken away from their homes, packed some stuff, they start putting the Jews in those cargo trucks, that like normal trucks that you've seen every now and then. They load them up in there and then drop them off into this drop them off into this train thing, and the one on your right is a perfect example of what I believe a cargo train would look like, and the one on your left, that is where the trail leaves, the railroad leads to. Like, they stop, like, depending on which camp they either lead you to, they either put you in a transit camp, where the Western Board transit camp, just you only stay there for one night. It seems like a safe camp. Nobody dies in there. Probably some of them for typhus and all that such. And when the transition camp is over, they put you back in the cargo train truck load thing, whatever you call it, and take you to your concentration camp or extermination camp. Mostly goes to Auschwitz 2 and Birkenau. And the one on the right, those two railroads, they separate from each other, because there's another thing. They separate the family. The males had to be on the right side, the females had to be on the left side, and the children had to be in the cargo truck, which is unsafe for me. I mean, at one point, if you look at the camp, you'll be like, I see people deported from another land. Separation. Devastation. Worst place ever. Disney. Oh yeah, Nickelodeon Studios. Yeah, you don't see Nickelodeon and Disney do a lot of stuff in YouTube videos, but this is what the aerial view of the camp looks like. As you see, down there is Auschwitz 1. The one on the top is Auschwitz 2. We're about to get Monowitz a little bit later, but as you can see, right in the middle where Auschwitz 2, that line connecting to, like, where you see that little free lines on Auschwitz 2, like on the far left, that's where the railroad leads to. And whenever they decided to put the children or the men or any women to Auschwitz 1, they lead to the road and either march or just take them to the cargo truck and deport them to Auschwitz 1. As you can see there, Auschwitz 2 like again, one of the most biggest camps ever. You could fit like this school and a half of middle school in this camp. Auschwitz 1 is like nothing. I mean, it's just like a normal camp. And over here, there's Monowitz. Elie Wiesel and his dad also moved here as well. That's a good thing, because they respected the Nazis and everything. I mean, if I were the Nazis, I wouldn't give them the respect. They'll be looking at me like was... Who's this guy? Again, like I told you, I'm going for full detail about the camp, and this is one of them. This is the gas chamber behind those woods on Auschwitz 2 Birkenau, like you've never seen it before. So what this basically does is that basically it's just Nazis deciding who dies first or who stays at the camp. So when they choose, they load you into the cargo truck. They command you. Actually, they stop there. They command you to take off your clothes and everything. I mean, literally everything. They load you into like this shower-like base, like you're pretending you're taking a shower and all that such. Then one guard with like this face mask drops down many pellets, like how much pellets that they needed. They either loaded like 10 or 8 and such, but 10 to 8, that's like total death right there. And plus, the entire Nazis has to evacuate from the gas chamber. And when that's over, everybody starts to scream it and start choking to death. I mean, that's like horrible. I mean, who wants to die there? I won't. But that leads to the worst part, the crematoria, or also known as where ovens are placed. Oh, and before we go onto the crematoria, this is what the pellets looks like on the right. They're a special kind of crystalline, the hydrogen cyanide. It's a special kind of killing agent because this pellet attracts the heat and humidity. And if I get this correct from my chemistry teacher, Mr. Claypool, anything that reacts to heat and humidity, it reacts to each other and create this like a killing agent, like it fuses out like gas, and that's where the Jews are getting choked to death and suffer to die. But anyways, enough of that thing. So inside the crematoria, one in your right is the inside view, and there's the other one, and over here there's the oven. This is the worst part for the Nazis. I mean, for the Jews. This is what they do. They look when the choking hazard thing is over. The Nazis starts to pull these Jews in like these elevator things, like that's such. We're talking about Birkenau and Auschwitz too. They load them up in, and what you see down there is like this maneuver, like a special maneuvering thing, and they load them up into this oven, shut the lid, and turn the heat on, like the flames, and they start to burn. And when the burnage is over, all the corpse, I mean like ashes and all that such start to show up, and even some like other organs in there. I mean, just like, duh, I don't even think about it. I'm done. You don't want to see the picture in real life. Don't Google search that. Alright. Enough with that nonsense what happened earlier today. Let's just go over more thing about the camp. So Auschwitz 1 was like I told you again, was usually for like what storage and all that such, because Auschwitz 1 is actually like decided to either let the Nazis let the Jews work for them, like it's only for the males though. Sorry, females. You only have to do that for the registration thing, and that's what they did. Auschwitz 2 Birkenau is just like more of an extermination camp, which means they kind of burn the Jews and kill them to death. So really painful. But the biggest deciding point is like what's like inside the camp. So when they're being taken away from their homes again and sent to Auschwitz 2 Birkenau, they separate their families and such. They go into this little registration things. the capos, which is the Jews that works for the Nazis, they had to take off every single belongings from them. Like, take this for example. For women's, you had to take off your rings. For men's, you had to take off your bracelets or watches, depending on what you have. Like about to take them off right now. I mean, you usually see this in school with me sometimes. You have to take off your glasses, but I don't want to take off my glasses because whenever I actually look like you're freaking Korean, like. And they don't want you to take off your clothes because that's actually the main point. The capos actually had to sign your arm. You had to like this temporary tattoo. Like you can't take it off and everything. I mean, it's just stale tattoo with dangerous weapons. And of course, you have to take off your clothes. And the men, you don't have to shave your hair, so that's pretty good. For the women, they have to shave their hair and all that such. So disgusting. And when the registration thing is like over for like past 6 weeks, you get used to it, but not really good because you feel like you're the end of the world. Like you see nothing. And usually in the day they had to stand up, like wake up and all that such, get breakfast. Actually, not get breakfast because they had to stay overnight until the morning. Like the guards had to keep an eye on you if you don't die, like if you don't escape or do any bad stuff. But when any Jews died, like the Nazi came up to you, you'd be like, "What? Imagine if you're like dead, and I'm like dead." Hey you dead? Respond to me, damn it! You need to perform CPR. Yep, he's dead. Nazis cross the tattoo thing. He's dead. Then they would have the capos to carry the dead bodies into the wagon and put them in the trenches because that's where they put the dead bodies. The trenches over there is now buried. They don't show the dead people no more. Oh yeah, don't forget. Nazis not the big deal. You have to deal with the SS. These guys are really more dangerous because they force you every time, like command you every single time. They got to keep eye on you. You have to be careful not to be shot at. And this is like something that you want to try this at home. Like you shouldn't. And plus, you won't force your child or your man. I mean, respecting to Nazis is a cool thing, but respecting to or disrespecting to the Nazis, this would happen. Curse you, Nazi! What? Stop! I'm sorry. You don't teach me like that, you Jew. This is the same thing what a capo would do. They would treat you like real Nazis, but they're really friendly though. Just to say. But how about the non-Jews? I mean, like we're talking about the Germans. I mean, we respect them. I mean, not usually. I mean, the Germans, the Nazis respect the other Germans. Like they're like connecting forces. The Americans don't trust them. The Japanese try to attack them. The Russians try to. Everyone in the States tried to attack Germany because they heard when the war was on the loose, like everything's out of control. They start taking the Jews. They burn them alive and all that such. And it's because the Nazi leader Heinrich Himmler and the SS. It's hard for me to say Oberkriegführer Theodor Icke. They're in charge They're in charge of all the camps, like every single camps. I mean, Adolf Hitler has many things to do. So it keeps going on except when January 1945, which we'll get to later, when they surrender, everything goes black out. I mean, like they won't do that no more. They just started to release the Jews. So, what would you say when you try to surrender? You disgust me, German. You had to sign a piece of treaty. Actually, not the piece of treaty, because that was like World War I. Sign the thing, and you surrender. Bailey? You're fired! Just kidding, Bailey. You're not fired, because we're still friends, though. Mr. Stiff, don't complain about me. But anyways, what about the kids? Well, the kids for the Jews, they do nothing but burn themselves because that's what they do. They cry so much about their mommy and daddy. And it was Soldier, I want my mommy back, and even my daddy. He treats me really good. Shut up, you kid. You're having no mama. You're playing with me. To hell. Anyways, enough of that weird stuff. But anyways, this is something This is something that we never heard from Hitler. Hitler once trained the German kids as like plain German soldiers. I mean, that's what they do. Hitler respects to them. They train them really good. I mean, this is like you never see everything. I mean, come on, Hitler. I'm a good kid. I mean, well, I did something wrong. Huh? Look at those soldiers. Shut up, you dog. Shut up. Yay. Hello. But that nay though. Actually, I'm finishing a violent picture. What you say? You know you can't draw those violent pictures no more. Hitler, I'm not drawing a violent picture. I'm just drawing nice pictures. But how about the Jews? I mean, these are the guys who hey, you know what we should do these Jews for? We need them for a job or something. They cannot stand here all day. So that's what he did. The men has to if they turn to a capo, they had to keep an eye on some other Jews, or if they're regular Jewish men, they had to dig up trenches, lift up heavy objects, and same thing for the women, but except they had to dig up trenches. I mean, that's like the only job they have to do. They either be like another capo, but they have to do the registration, all that such. And of course, the number one thing, they had to march around the entire camp. I mean, for like something hours. I mean, they had to like walk the entire camp without distracting all that such. But except if there's a war going on, they had to run faster. I mean, yeah, that's really dangerous. So what were the consequences? Well, when the America attacked Germany, even Russia and Japan, Russia quit the World War II first, but the Germans won't give up. But then the Nuremberg trial had a conversation going on, because that's the only thing that exists in Poland. So whatever cases they had been attacked. So in Germany, they were decided to ignore the peace treaty because Adolf Hitler heard it from World War I. I mean, he was a soldier back at the time. But of course, they're like, well, I can't believe you, Nazis. And even you, Adolf Hitler, you're killing these Jews. We heard it from America. Really, is that what you're going to be doing? You're going to be killing these Jews. You're spending money to have this party and for killing these Jews. And you're not. You're disrespecting the entire Europe. I'm going to put a Berlin Wall right in Poland. And plus, you must retreat or sign the treaty, or make you sign another treaty thing again. I don't believe in you. And that's what they did. The Germans surrendered, and this is where things get a little bit happier. So the Germans surrender in January 1945. They tell the Jews the one day that they surrendered. You had to go get your stuff, get yourself changed. You can either keep the pajama and the hat, all that such, and you can go home. And that's what they did. They go home, and I'm gonna mention only four Jews that survived, made it to 1945. One on your left is Otto Frank. He is the most popular dad in World War II history. I mean, he once joined World War I, and now he lost a family. His daughters, Anna Frank and Edith Margot, and the Van Pels, and all that such. We don't know about Elie Wiesel. He survived. Only his dad did not survive. Corrie ten Boom did survive, the only first woman, not the only one. And one right there is Kelman Laser. I mean, all those people survived. They're still alive, though. I mean, not all of them survived. I mean, only two of them. Otto Frank and Corey died. Otto died in 1981, and Corey died like 1983. But those two other guys, Wiesel and Elie and Lazar, they still survive until this day. And what we learn about the Holocaust? Everything. There's violence. It should never be the violence. We had respect for the people. It's a good thing. And plus, the famous word from Michael Jackson, the true heart of my soul, it's an adventure. It's a great adventure. There's nothing to be worried about. There's just one wonderful. You want to take their place like you've never been before. You want to show a time like you've never seen before. Love is the answer. We're all each other. We're all one. Oh, and by the way, here's the sites that I used during the research. I only used a couple. Well, folks, that is it for today's video. Finally, we got to make it finally to the end. I know it takes forever, like a half hour or something. I was about to say half minute. I was like, was way half minute? There's no way half minute. We had to stay like half hour. But actually, we're done with today's project. So I'm about to take off my shirt back to my Boston one and this is the end, folks. I'm back in my t-shirt right now. So that's it, folks. My name's Mike Lunar, so you won't have to. Roll the credits. This video is filmed from my home. You need to know my address. Produced it and directed by myself and Mrs. Smith and Martin because for all the good details they brought up. And this is probably sponsored by Sierra Vista. And if you like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And yes, I do have a YouTube account, so follow me there because I'm gonna do some weird videos. Actually, some really cool. See you guys next time, and peace. Alternate scene. And also, there's just some odd things about the camp. Like, for example, the trenches. They have not that much room. Only 2 people could fit in a trench. But plus, there's a lot of them. So, if I was a Jew, where should I fit in? Looks like I'll never be able to sleep in those trenches again. Those Jews are so annoying. Just like me. Who's that? Hey there, you little guy. Oh, hey there. Mind you come in here with me for a second? Oh, what do you want? Aren't you a pretty one? Let's get silly! Come here! Get away from me, where do you think you're going, you little trick? I don't know why this one. Come on, let's go.
Get away from me, you jerk!